Hello everybody. Today I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to avoid procrastination. The reason why avoiding procrastination is so important is because it can help you achieve your goals faster, maybe save yourself some time, and also develop a solid work ethic. Tip number one I have for you is planning. It's very important to plan your work. Whether you use a calendar or a notepad, maybe you have a crazy day planner. If you plan the stuff that you're supposed to achieve, all you have to do is just check them off the list as you do them. But the important thing is to make sure that you allot the right amount of time for that task. In my job, for example, an interview can last anywhere from 1 to 2 hours. So I make sure that, I do some prep work in the beginning to try and help myself. And I know that usually if I have someone sitting down with me, I can gauge and find out how long the appointment's going to take. And I plan the right amount of time. Secondly, yes, you've planned your work already. Now it's time to work your plan. This is where everyone starts to procrastinate. Working your plan is what's going to help you accomplish your goals and avoid procrastination. In order to work your plan, you've already planned your work. Now you just have to knock out that task. It can get distracting because there are things that can interrupt you, but you just have to make sure you stay on goal. Just focus on that task and knock it out, and sooner or later you're going to start checking them all off and you'll accomplish with everything. You'll end up accomplishing everything you have to do. The third tip that I have for you is avoiding or how to handle outside forces. An outside force is something that came into your plan or into your day that you weren't planning for, and it's really interrupting everything. In my world, an outside force could be a walk-in appointment or somebody just walking in, asking questions, even the phone ringing, or anything could be an outside force, something you just didn't plan for. The best way to handle these situations is to give it a moment, take a look at what it is, and prioritize it. Determine as to whether or not, or make the determination as to whether or not this outside force is something that you need to absolutely focus on right now, or something that you can plan for later. There's always an opportunity for you to adjust your schedule. The only important fact is that when you do make any adjustments to your plan, you always have to plan to reaccomplish the task that you're moving. So if you find yourself dealing with outside forces, the best way to handle them is really to prioritize them. Determine whether or not, do I have to work on this right now, or can I work on it later? And then put it into your plan, and you'll eventually knock it out. We talked about today. We talked about tips on how to avoid procrastination. Why planning is important. It's important to plan your work and allot the correct amount of time to accomplish those tasks. And secondly, you have to work that plan. Now that you've had it planned out, you have to actually accomplish those tasks in order to reach your goal. And thirdly, how to deal with outside forces, prioritizing your work, making sure that any distractions that come up get placed into your plan accordingly, whether it's today, tomorrow. Just make sure that you plan for them. That's all I got to say, and thank you.